What does it really take for someone to change? It's usually not some big, sudden epiphany. More often than not, real transformation starts when we're forced to take a good, hard look at our past, the choices we made, the person we used to be. And that is exactly what we're about to watch unfold in one of the most powerful stories of self-reflection ever written, Ebenezer Scrooge's haunting journey into his own Christmas past. And with that simple sentence, Scrooge's long night and his one shot at salvation officially begins. But make no mistake, this isn't just a ghost story meant to scare him. No, this is a guided tour through his own memories, each one handpicked to start chipping away at the fortress he's built around his heart. So how does the spirit pull this off? Well, it takes Scrooge through 5 very specific stages. We're going to see its bizarre arrival, go back to a very lonely childhood, learn a thing or two from an amazing old boss, face a truly heartbreaking choice, and finally, see the heavy price of it all. Okay, so the clock strikes 1, and Scrooge isn't met by some rattling, chained-up demon. He's met by something much weirder. A figure that's a total contradiction. And this is genius, because it perfectly represents what memory actually is. I mean, just look at this description. The spirit is the size of a child, but it feels ancient. Its face is smooth, no wrinkles, but its hair is snow white. See? It's just like our memories. They can feel like they happened yesterday and a lifetime ago all at once. And that bright light shooting from its head, that's the light of truth, something Scrooge is about to learn you just can't put out. And just like that, the ghost yanks him right through the wall, and suddenly they're on a snowy country road from his childhood. The spirit's power is absolute, and Scrooge's reaction here is everything. The cold, cranky miser just melts away, and for a second, he's just a guy flooded with all these feelings he'd long since forgotten. And this is where we see the ghost's strategy. It's brilliant. It doesn't start with Scrooge's greed or his bah humbug attitude. Nope. It goes right for the original wound, the very foundation of his misery, his deep, profound loneliness as a child. They phase into this old, sad-looking schoolhouse, and there he is, a little boy, all alone, reading a book by the fire. Left alone at Christmas. And this is huge because, for the first time, we don't see a monster. We see a sad, neglected kid. And more importantly, Scrooge is forced to see that sad, neglected kid too. But then, bam, a moment of pure sunshine breaks through the gloom. His little sister, Fan, just bursts into the room, so full of life and love, shouting that she's there to take him home for good. It's this beautiful, warm memory of connection, which only makes what comes next even more painful. The ghost doesn't let him enjoy it. It twists this happy memory into something that hurts. Scrooge admits, yeah, Fan died, but not before she had a son, his nephew, Fred. The very same nephew whose Christmas invitation he had just so cruelly thrown back in his face. And there it is, his first real, sharp pang of regret. A straight line drawn from the love in his past to the cruelty of his present. So with that feeling of regret starting to bubble up, the ghost immediately hits him with a powerful contrast. This next stop isn't just a happy memory of a party. It's a direct lesson in what it means to be a good boss, a good person. You can just feel the energy at his old apprenticeship. His boss, Fezziwig, created this incredible world of warmth and generosity. There's music, dancing, food, wine. It is a genuine celebration. And Scrooge gets swept up in it, described as being almost dizzy just watching. He's remembering what pure joy feels like. And this is where the ghost's lesson becomes crystal clear. On one side, you have Fezziwig, who spends a little money to create an ocean of happiness. And on the other, you have Scrooge, who literally that same day was complaining about giving his clerk a single paid day off. The contrast is just devastating. But the spirit is far from done. The time for gentle lessons is over. Now comes the pain. The spirit takes him right to the emotional climax of his past, forcing him to watch the exact moment he made the one choice that would chart the course for the rest of his lonely, miserable life. We see a younger Scrooge sitting with his beautiful fiancée, Belle, and he asks this question, but you can tell he already knows the answer. There's this wall between them, and he's the one who built it, brick by brick. And Belle, wow, she doesn't hold back. She lays it all out for him. Another passion has taken her place. She tells him that money has become his new idol, and she simply can't compete. The man she fell in love with, he's already gone. She lets him go, not with anger, but with this profound sadness. And that's the key, isn't it? It was a choice, and he made it. He chose wealth over love, and in that moment, his fate as a lonely man was sealed. As if that wasn't painful enough, the ghost twists the knife one last time. It shows him Belle years later. And she's not miserable, she's happy. She's in this warm, loud, chaotic home filled with children and a loving husband. This isn't just a memory, it's a vision of the exact life he threw away. And then, the final blow. Belle's husband casually mentions seeing Scrooge earlier that day, and his observation is so simple and so absolutely brutal. He saw Scrooge in his office, all alone in the world. His reality, his worst fear, spoken aloud by the husband of the woman he lost. It's just too much to bear. Scrooge is screaming at the spirit now, begging it to take him away, to show him no more. He just can't take it. And that's the point. The combined weight of all these visions has finally done its job. He hasn't changed yet, but he has been broken. And sometimes you have to be broken before you can be rebuilt. So let's just recap the ghost strategy here, because it was a masterpiece of emotional deconstruction. First, it made him confront his own loneliness. Then, it showed him the generous, joyful path he could have taken. And finally, it slammed him with the consequences of choosing gold over love. And then, suddenly, he's back in his own bed. He is completely spent, just exhausted and full of sorrow and regret. That hard, cold shell he's worn for decades, it's gone. For the first time in years, Ebenezer Scrooge is vulnerable. He is painfully aware of how empty his life truly is. The ghost of Christmas past has done its job. And that leaves us with this massive question, doesn't it? Scrooge is now drowning in regret. He's been forced to mourn the man he could have been. But looking at the past is only the beginning. True redemption means you have to face the present and the future. So the real question is, what in the world comes next?